We're midway through July now, and there is still nothing official about Call of Duty 2020, but as you see from the title, lads, we actually have some new news to talk about with this game. So strap yourself in because we've got a few topics to discuss in this video, but just before, if you're new around here, we cover the latest news on COD 2020, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already with the bell ticked to keep yourself up to date. And like I said, there is a few topics in today's video, so please don't skip ahead, watch the whole thing through to the end because I don't want you to miss out on any of it. And if like me, you're confused how we're in July already and we've heard nothing, and you just want to see something, just a little crumb of a teaser, a trailer, something, let me know below and click the thumbs up button on this video. But the brand new piece of news goes back to the news that broke a month or so ago about the alpha version of COD 2020 called the Red Door appearing on the PlayStation Network, and it's now not the only place that the Red Door has crept up on, because it has now made its way onto Xbox Live and currently exists on the Microsoft Store for any one of you to go ahead and visit it. So I'll leave a link down below in the description, but this is what you'll see when you look at it on the Xbox Live store. You can see the game is called The Red Door, published by Activision. It's a mature 17+ game, and it actually has a game description, which we didn't get on the PlayStation Store version. And obviously we all know this is an alpha version of Call of Duty 2020, so the description is cryptic and vague and might not actually be at all related to the description of COD 2020, but it reads as follows: there is more than one truth. If you go looking for answers, be ready to question everything and accept that nothing will ever be the same. The Red Door awaits. Do you dare step through it? Now, being honest, reading that sounds very much like a Black Ops-esque description or cryptic part of a storyline for a Black Ops game. But I wouldn't look too much into it than that, because if we look back over the years, Black Ops 3 also had an alpha build on the Xbox Live store, which was called Northwards, which also had a very cryptic description, but it has the identical artwork as the original on PlayStation. I can't show you that artwork for obvious copyright reasons, but there is a size installation of this version of the game as well, which comes in at 81.65 gigabytes. Now, it's hard to work out if that is the entire game's installation size right there, or if it's still just a smaller fraction of the overall game size, as with this game coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X, all these next-gen games are going to be bigger than the game sizes we're getting used to now on current gen. So this could be the full size of the game, or it could actually be an incomplete size, but that is a hefty amount of data for an alpha version of the game. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I need to quickly interrupt this video to bring you some really exciting news. After 10 years on this channel, I now have a second channel called MrDalek. So if you guys want to subscribe for more gaming content that's not Call of Duty, please go ahead and check out the link in the description after you've watched this video and drop it a sub. I'm so excited to kickstart a second channel. I hope you guys are too, but let's get back to the video. Something that I find really interesting is the fact that you can publicly find this on the Microsoft Store for Xbox Live. You can't find the Red Door on the PlayStation Store, and the only way to access it is to redeem a code as an option next to it. So unless you have a code, you cannot physically download this off the Microsoft Store. Now, clearly, Treyarch and Activision want to test the game. Obviously, everyone's still working from home, so they need to test the game, and there's obviously multiple consoles that the game is going to launch on. Furthermore, I've seen people start to create rumor and speculation that perhaps all these alpha builds on PSN and now Xbox Live could result in there being some sort of public beta down the line when the game gets announced, and I think that's a big conclusion to draw to. Clearly, they need to test the game in environments outside of the studio, so having it on the public console services for them to test on retail consoles is probably the best idea. But like I said at the start of the video, we have quite a few things to talk about, so we'll jump on to the next topic. And full credit to the Red Door find on Xbox goes to the gaming revolution. And the next thing was something that got discovered about a week or so ago, and it wasn't worth its own video, but weirdly enough, if you have an Nvidia graphics card, you can go to the control panel for it and go to manage 3D settings, and you can specifically change some of the graphics settings on a program basis. And if you search for Call of Duty 2020, you actually find it there as a list of programs that you can manage the 3D settings for. There is COD2020.exe, which is the PC executable. There's also a debug version, a profile version, a release version, a ship and ship unsecured executable. So there's definitely a version being worked on of COD 2020 on PC that has somehow been added to a public database of PC video games that can be customized using the NVIDIA control panel, which is pretty crazy. Sadly, we can't really learn too much from it, but it shows that it indeed exists, and currently, if you are a developer working on the game, it is labeled as COD 2020. Another bit of COD 2020 news is that some developers on Twitter have started to tease that they are working on something which they can't share currently. An associate level designer at Treyarch, Aaron Stump, shared a tweet called #Portfolio Day again. I'm level designer at Treyarch on the MP team. Here are some of my personal levels and work I cannot share currently. Now, these images are from multiplayer maps he's created in his spare time in the Black Ops 3 mod tools, but there's quite a lot of traction that's grown from these over the last day or so, because people believe these are part of COD 2020 when clearly they are not. But he ends the tweet with a confidential stamp, which clearly shows that he is working on stuff which he cannot show yet. So if you had any doubts that Treyarch weren't working on this year's game, then that pretty much confirms it. And whilst you can't learn anything new from these images, you can perhaps judge what some of the MP map styles could be. If Aaron, as an associate level designer, has that control and power to direct and dictate the overall map flow and direction that we could see with multiplayer maps in Call of Duty 2020. And furthermore, a huge role at Treyarch has just been filled with senior associate producer, and that role has only recently been filled by someone who previously worked at Beanox on Call of Duty, which is a supporting studio, and that being someone on Twitter called Karine Windy. He tweeted this cryptic tweet 13 hours ago with the eye emojis and a big Treyarch logo, which is the reception of the Treyarch studios, and has recently just revealed that she is now joined as senior associate producer, which is a pretty big role, especially when you consider that the game is launching by the end of this year. Now, the big question with everything we've spoken about in this video is, when exactly are we going to see this game revealed? And the running theory is that Activision may host the reveal within Warzone itself, perhaps through some sort of in-game event. There's been a lot of reports by several different news outlets that have inside sources that Warzone's upcoming Season 5 is bringing the most drastic changes to the Warzone map yet, and since recently players have dug up references to Frank Woods with voice lines and other voice lines from announcers in Warzone that literally are talking about Black Ops related things, that could be where we're heading. But with the Red Door appearing on PlayStation Network the other month, and now we're seeing it on the Microsoft Store, surely we are due some sort of reveal, a teaser, just anything at all to get us ready for this, because it has been the longest wait we've ever had for a Call of Duty game, and I am really excited. 2020 has obviously been a rough year, and with the health situation, it's obviously impacted a load of production when it comes to video games, and I'm sure COD 2020 is one of those. And combined with the pressure of having to bring out a game a year quicker than they expected to, obviously that's probably impacted the reveal window that they had planned originally, and that's why we've been waiting so long to actually see some sort of reveal. But weirdly, I think this has all been planned. Whatever plans they did have been changed in favor for what we are currently experiencing, which is a bit of a drought of no news whatsoever. But one day in the next few weeks, it's gotta be this month or next month. I genuinely think I'm gonna lose my mind if it doesn't happen before then, for us to finally have this game revealed. If you enjoyed the video and you want to keep up to date, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can see my brand new second channel on your screen right now. Please go ahead and check it over. The first upload just went live, but I'll catch you for another video very soon.